Start teaching now, lads. Cheers. All right, guys. Emer earns a gross wage of €40,000 per annum with Company A. She pays 20% income on a standard cut-off point of 35,300. So that means out of your €40,000, what's it? 35,300 is charged at 20%, and the remaining 4,700. All right, 40%. Cool. All right. How much income tax does she pay? So this is the amount of tax she's actually going to pay. So what we do is we do our tax at 20%, and can somebody quite kindly do 20% of 35,300? 7,000 and? Thank you. Right, and then really quickly do tax at 40%. What? 4,000? 1880. Okay. 1880. Okay. Your gross tax is when you add them both together. How much happens when you add them both together? 8,940. Okay, nextly. That's the amount of tax you're meant to pay. But you're not going to pay it purely because you have a tax credit. Tax credit is the amount of tax you don't actually have to pay. So we're meant to pay 8,940, but we have 1,650 remaining. So what happens then? 7,290. Everybody happy with 7,290? Okay, let's drive on. Good job. It took me 2 minutes, or it took us 2 minutes. Okay, yeah. Now, guys, now, next thing. Emer pays her health insurance, which costs her 1,500 net. All right, that's just tax payable or your income tax at the bottom, okay? Now, Emer pays health insurance, which costs her €1,500 net. Find her annual income after paying tax and health insurance. If you have this question right, just move on to the next one if you're bored. No hassle, right? Now, okay, how much money did she make at the start? She made €40,000, okay? And she's going to pay this much tax. And she's also going to pay her health insurance, which costs this much. Does anybody have the answer to that? 31? Thanks. Yeah? Right. Right, that's very quick. Let's keep going. Well? Emer has planned to change jobs. She's offered a job with Company B with a gross wage of this much and a bonus of 1,500 tax-free to Emer. Okay? To be paid by the company, which she would use to pay her health insurance. Her tax rates and credits would remain the same. Find out how much Emer's net annual income after paying income tax and health insurance will increase if she accepts a job with Company B. Now, we all accept that this 1,500 is just cleared out for the health insurance. So the health insurance doesn't matter anymore because that €1,500 takes care of it. So it really comes down to she has €38,000, and we're going to do the tax on that, and we're going to see how much she comes home with. Quite an easy question, actually. Yeah, find her net annual income. So we're going to do the tax. So what's the tax? What's the cutoff point again? Right, 35,300. That's logged at 20%. How much is left over then? 2,700 is logged at 40%. Okay, so we're going to do our tax at 20, our tax at 40. Okay, our tax at 20, our tax at 40. And what else are we doing? Gross tax then, when you add them together. If somebody has these numbers, that will speed me along nicely. Let's find out. Okay, what's 20% of 35,300? What? What's 40% of 2,007? What? Okay. Explain this. Yeah. Add them together. Take away the tax credits of what sort of tax credits in the last question? Take them away. So that's her income tax or her tax payable, isn't it? And what did you say it was again? Yeah. And then finally, her gross wage. Take away her income tax and what you get for your take home pay. Yeah, 31,510. All right. Where's the next part? Yeah. So she had 31,510, but previously she had 31,210. So what's an extra 300 quid only? So an extra 300 quid for them doing that. All right, gents. Just complex numbers, and what it's asked us to do is 2 times Z1. Everybody see that? 2 times Z1. So it's 2 multiplied by whatever Z1 is. We're going to multiply it out, and we're going to get 4 plus 2i. We're asked to plot and label it. 4 plus 2i means 4 across and 2 up. 4 across, 2 up, and this one here is 2 times Z1. Lads, I want you to notice something about this if you can. Eyes up. Do you notice that multiplying it by 2 doubles its distance from the origin? Does everybody see that? Multiplying by 2 doubles its distance from the origin. And no, I just did that to explain to people how to plot them. Okay. Z1 is the Z bar is the conjugate of Z1. Conjugate means you change the sign in front of the I. So you see this plus I right here, that's going to change to a minus I. And there's your conjugate. 2 minus I is 2 minus 1i, which is the point 2 minus 1. Now, lads, once again, you might be asked for the physical meaning of a conjugate. The physical meaning of a conjugate is reflection in the x-axis. Does everybody see that? See the way it reflects in the x-axis? It's like reflection. A conjugate will always bring it to the x-axis and out the same distance out the other side. That's what conjugates do. All right? Now, they use it in computer programming for animation where you can use this math to move objects from 2D animation. So they use it for stuff like that. Translations or axial symmetry. Yeah. Now, lads, finally. Now, once again, to remind you, this here means the distance Z2 is away from the origin. So does everybody see, where is Z2? Oh, sorry. So that's actually Z2. Now, this actually tells us the distance Z2 is away. That's what that actually means. So it's your 4 plus 2i. Okay? Now, you know how to do this, don't we? What's it? Real squared plus squared. And it's 4 plus 2i, isn't it? Great. So these get really easy after a while. What's it? 4 squared plus 2 squared? Root 20. What is root 20? 2 root 5, otherwise known as 4.47. Now, lads, the other thing I really want you to know is the use of the language in the question. It says investigate if. It doesn't say prove, does it? Prove would mean they both have to equal each other. Show that would mean they both have to equal each other. Investigate if means they may or may not equal each other. Okay? Now, the next one's a bit harder. You got to add Z1 to its conjugate. So you get Z1, which is 2 plus I. You add it to its conjugate, which is 2 minus I. You add them together, and you get 4. Now, the length of 4 is 4. But if you aren't sure about that, here's what I suggest you do. Just write it as 4 plus 0i if you want. and it's going to be 4 squared plus 0 squared, which still comes out as 4. The two of these are not equal. Is that okay? One of them's 4.49, the other one's 4. Cool. All right. The next one is very important. If we can sound in the next one, Pavel. Alrighty. So lads, okay. This one. Okay. Lads, I'm going to set a really basic question like this. You listening? Right? Do you see this one here? Sorry, -3. See this question I just wrote out? Yeah? Right? What I'd tell you is if you were to do the minus b formula, you would get an answer of 3. Okay? Now, if I want to show that 3 is an answer to this question, what happens is when I substitute 3 in, what happens? What should happen if I sub in 3? It causes it to balance. So it'll cause both sides of the equation to balance. And that's how you prove that something is an answer or a root. Solution or root means the same thing most of the time, right? So what we're going to do is anywhere we see z, what can we do? Anywhere we see z, what can we do? Yeah. No. Z1 is a solution. So Z1 means it's the first solution. And Z2 will be the next one, all right? Now, there's two ways of doing it. The first way is the method I'm showing you now. You sub it in. Now, can anybody tell me what does that mean, 2 plus I squared? What does that mean? Yeah, so get rid of the squared and just multiply it by itself. Okay, 4 lines, isn't it? 2 blues, 2 reds. Okay, and what we should get here, just going to keep that towards the top of the board now. We should get a 4 plus 2i plus another 2i plus an I squared minus an 8 minus a 4i plus a 5, 0. Lads, what can you tell me about the I squared? Okay. So that's 4i, take away 4i, which is 0 i's. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 take away 1, take away 8 is also 0. True. As in, it's definitely a root. It should be sufficient. Now, guys, there is a plan B. And here's plan B. Plan B is actually to use the minus b formula. Now, there is a problem with the minus b formula. It's going to come out as a maths error. And I guarantee it'll come out as a maths error. Okay? So look at this, right? So I'm going to just use the minus b formula as I would normally. Okay? So minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This would have been on one of the maths videos I gave you a couple of weeks back, right? Mouse just did it. Now here's what we're going for. We're going for 4 plus or minus square roots of, what's it, minus 4 squared, yeah? Minus 4, what's it, ac? 1 times 5, yeah? All over 2 times 1. Now here's the problem, okay? You throw that into your calculator, which we all tend to do, all right? And this will happen to you. If you ever heard the term maths error, okay? Maths error usually means the following. It usually means that your square root is negative. And it's only ever meant to be negative when you're doing complex numbers. So if this ever happens to you in algebra, you just go, there's no answer. Don't need to worry about it. Now, in this case, what we're going to do is we're just going to zone in on this part here. You see that part there? We're just going to zone in on that part only. Okay? And what we're going to say is minus 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 5 minus 4. Now look at this. Lads, you ready? 4 plus or minus square root of minus 4, 2. Now, lads, here's where things really kick off. This, if you understand complex numbers or not. What's root minus 9? Can anybody tell me? What's root 9? Minus 9 is 3i. What's root minus 16? 4i. What's root minus 100? 10i. Anybody class, what's root minus 4? 2i. 4 plus or minus 2i divided by 2. Let's do the two answers. 4 divided by 2. 2. 2 divided by 2. 2 plus I is one answer. We already knew that. It's the answer they gave us. And the second answer is 2 minus I. Yeah. But there could be a case where you do actually have to know how to do a minus b formula of a complex number. You do actually need to know that as well, though. Yes. Okay. Rare, does happen. Right. All right, guys, 4b. So I've done question 1, 2, and 4b so far. Okay. So, lads, need you all paying attention to this. This one's easy to pass, difficult to get 15 out of 15. Now, once again, with minimum effort, I can pass you in this question. Ready? This is the linear. Why is it called the linear? This was called the quadratic. Why is it called the quadratic? Okay. To pass this question, get one letter on its own. Which letter is the better option? X. Y is not the better option. I'll explain why. You bring 5y to the right, you bring 13 to the left, and you get x plus 13. Then you have to divide by 5, and at ordinary level, you can avoid fractions. You're not wrong, but it's more difficult. Okay? So instead of getting y on its own, we'll get x on its own. And you've pretty much nearly passed the question just with that. Just bring the 5y over to your side and go x equals 5y minus 13. Now, to really do well in the question, to get above halfway, anywhere you see an x, replace it with 5y minus 13. You'll be shocked at how many people don't know how to do that. Right? Anything you do from here on in is icing on the cake. Right? You've passed the question. Happy days. You're on 60, maybe 70%. Anything else you do from this point in is icing on the cake. Right? So we'll double up with this. Okay, it means write it out twice. Bring the 13 to the left. Get down. Okay. 4 lines. You want to multiply it out. Okay. The green lines give you 25y squared, 5y by 5y. 5y by 13 is minus 65y. 13 by 5 is minus 65y. 13 by 13 is 169. And then we have our y squared and our 13. Equal to 0. Now, 26y squared minus 130y. Whoop. Uh, 156. Now, lads, you could do the minus b formula as a equals 26, b equals minus 130, and c equals 156. Because you guys are such minus b connoisseurs, I would suggest you just throw it straight in and don't mess around. For somebody like me who likes factorizing, I divide both sides by 13. And when I divide both sides by 13, I get something a bit easier, like what's 156 and divided by 13? 12. But to be honest, I'm feeling a bit tired. I'm in an exam. It's gone into the minus b. Okay, so we'll all do the minus b there for this one, using the numbers up there. Okay, I'll bring it over this side of the board. Okay, minus b is 130. And remember, anything that gets typed into your calculator goes where? On your sheet. B squared Lads, what percentage of people do you say get this completely right in a test? Yeah, you're not far off. I'd say 1 in 20. Fully right, yeah. Oh, all right, hopefully this works. 2 times 26. Lads, I got an answer 3 for Y. Now, once again, the examiner will be a bit dubious of me not writing down the minus B formula. I'm just trying to save a bit of time as well, right? But write down everything you did in the calculator. You do. So, see the 5y minus 13? That's what we said x was. X is your 5y, take your 13. Yeah. So x is 5y minus 13, and anywhere you see the x, replace it with y. Lad, your homework will be on Google Classrooms tonight. There'll be just more past paper stuff. I'll find you some stuff to do. 20 minutes ish, 15, 20 minutes ish. All I'll give you is well, you just add downwards. Yeah. I just write like this. I just pair them up. Yeah, yeah. Both answers are acceptable most of the time. Yeah.